party with
No,
are.
no. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't.
But
she's
AOC,
very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because because people will vote for AOC and Donald Trump on the same ticket. Because they're authentic. No.
Bill Maher brought on Don Lemon live on the Club Random Podcast, on the Club Random Podcast YouTube channel. And when Don Lemon said this one thing to Bill Maher just laughed at him, and I thought, it was pretty funny. So let's get into this clip here where Bill Maher laughs at Don Lemon when Don Lemon says this one thing, and it honestly sparked a little bit of a debate. Let's go ahead and get right into the clip.
And weak.
But there's a way to do it that they're not doing it, and I think they feel weak. And I also think the people, and look, again, I don't want to keep beating up on the Democrats, but I do think, I'm not a Democrat, I'm an independent.
I do, but I want to keep beating up on them.
I think that they should be the bulwark between us and democracy, right, and craziness, and they're not very good at it. I think that they have people in place who are not very good at leadership. Look, Hakeem Jeffries can hate me, people are mad at me. I don't think he's the person that should be leading the Democratic Party.
You know what? Someone who I'm very close to, who is one of the savviest political people I know, said that exact same thing to me
I think behind the scenes, he's very good. He's very good at, I'm sure, negotiating and coming up with a plan. I feel the same way I love Nancy Pelosi. I think she's a very smart woman, but I think that era of the Nancy Pelosi type in the Democratic Party is over. I think that this is the era of and I didn't like her policies at first, and I'm not necessarily in love with her policies, but people love AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people
If you guys enjoy content like this, make sure to go ahead and like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a lot. Let's get back to the video.
Party with
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't.
But
she's
AOC,
very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because because people will vote for AOC and Donald Trump on the same ticket. Because they're authentic. No, because they're authentic.
I don't think that Don.
I think you're wrong about that.
What people like about people like Trump and Fetterman is because it's irrelevant to her life.
But you don't know her life.
I know that being a gorgeous woman who I wouldn't even know was Hispanic in a city that has 1 million Hispanics and does not treat them badly.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't struggle. That doesn't mean that she was set down.
It implies it.
But that doesn't mean that she was set down in a Hispanic ghetto in the Bronx and had to deal with that growing up, and that she's come from a working class family.
It implies it implies that in some way she's behind the 8 ball because of that, and it's just not true. And so
I don't know if she's behind the 8 ball, but I don't think she's as privileged as many people who are in Congress right now.
She's not privileged or not. She was a bartender.
Yeah.
So I was a delivery boy.
But I'm saying sometimes, Bill, you don't agree with Donald Trump's policies.
No.
But that's what the people want.
Some of them.
Whether you like her or not, I don't like what she did with Amazon in New York. But I think AOC she's a Democratic icon.
Well, she's the wrong. If you think that's the direction the country, the Democratic.
I'm not saying the policies that she espouses that's the direction, but I'm saying that you have to give the people who are out front speaking for the party, not the people who are.
If you think
she's evolving,
she's evolving, and as we all are,
and she is moving into She understands the game a little bit more, and if you notice, she is sort of becoming a sort of normal kind of Democrat in many ways. Yes. I think she's
okay, great.
She's a very smart tactic. She's very smart.
Let's get behind that.
So in this short clip here from the Club Random Podcast, Bill Maher and Don Lemon get into it over who should be leading the Democratic Party, and Bill's not really holding back with what he has to say. And Bill starts off by saying the Democrats feel weak, and he's not even really a Democrat himself, even though Bill Maher does claim he's a Democrat. Just some of his views lately and just some of the debates he's been getting and just how he's been shutting down all the wokeness lately, he doesn't really seem like that much of a Democrat anymore, but he won't admit it. But he does say there's supposed to be a fine line between America and chaos, and right now they're just not doing their job. And he says leaders like Hakeem Jeffries and even Nancy Pelosi are from a different era and they're just not cutting it anymore. And Don Lemon tries to defend them by saying Jeffries is great behind the scene, but Bill laughs and says that's not enough. And Don Lemon brings up AOC, Jasmine Crockett, as well as Eric Shawwell, and he says those are the voices people love. Bill stops him and laughs again, saying people you party with might love AOC, but most people don't. And Don Lemon pushes back, saying people like AOC and even Trump connect with voters because they seem real, not fake. Bill thinks it's kind of a stretch, especially when Don Lemon says voters might like both AOC and Trump, and Bill Maher literally laughs at that whole idea. And they go back and forth about AOC's background, her being a bartender and what that means, and Don Lemon says she's relatable, but Bill says that doesn't automatically make her the answer, and just because she has energy doesn't mean she's right for the whole country. But in the end though, Bill does admit AOC is getting smarter and is learning the game, but the whole time Bill Maher is just laughing at Don Lemon and with what he had to say. Let me know what you guys think about this topic in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.